Hello everyone, welcome back. And after losing out in the FA Cup third round last time to Portsmouth, today we're solely focused on League 2 and our trip up the league to see if we can get into those promotion playoff spots. We'll see today what we can do. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode and you're liking the series so far, leave me a big thumbs up and comments in the comments below. Enjoy today's episode. Welcome along to episode 27 of To Be a Legend. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have games against Harrogate in League 2 and Walsall also in League 2. Walsall top of the table at the moment, so that's going to be a real tough game, as well as Harrogate. Won't be easy. As you can see from this screen, Harrogate we drew 2-2 with last time out, and Walsall was a 1-1 draw. I hope that doesn't bode for an episode that's going to be a fairly negative episode. But what have we been doing since the last time you were with us? Last time you were with us, if we go down, Portsmouth and Port Vale were the teams that we played. There we go. 2-1 loss against Portsmouth in the FA Cup third round. And a 2-0 loss to Port Vale, which was a bit disappointing. To say the least. But since then we have won 5 games. Well, not won 5 games, but we've gone 5 games unbeaten. We beat Mansfield 3-0. We had a very, very comprehensive 6-0 win at home to Cheltenham, and then we drew 1-1 with Notts County, a 0-0 with Tranmere, and we've just recently played Chorley Town, who were just above us in the league at that point in time. A 5-2 win, goals from Harry Cardwell, Fido O'Rourke and Marcus Ifil with those goals, and that was the game that has got us into the automatic playoff places. Let's watch the goals that came against Chorley Town. 5-2 win. Watters sneaking it in past Smith. I think it came in off the post actually. Londonlow getting one forward to O'Rourke, and O'Rourke crossing it in. Cardwell on target, made it 1-1. Willis, having said I'd never have him in the side again, actually due to injuries and things, he is back in. And I actually played a really good game against Chorley. That's making it 2-1. Throw in there, and O'Rourke steals the ball. Nice ball away. And O'Rourke getting that one merry in midfield here. And Ifil getting his first goal for us. In fact, I think this is his first outing. Second half, O'Rourke. Nice chip from the goalkeeper, getting his goal there, and that's his third, his hat-trick for the game. Chorley getting a consolation goal, if you can call it that. Watters scoring again, and they were the goals. So comprehensive in the end. Watters scoring after 25, Cardwell, O'Rourke twice, 30 and 35 minutes, making it 3-1 at half time. Ifil getting a goal in 54 to make it 4-1. O'Rourke making it 5-1, and then Watters again pretty much on time at the end of the match, sneaking a goal back to make it look a little bit more respectable at 5-2. But we, needless to say, we beat Chorley quite well. Where does that leave us in the table then? Not doing that. Where does that leave us in the table? That's better. Leaves us in the table. We are third at the moment. Would you believe? Third. 31 games played. 53 points. We could drop down to fourth if Grimsby Town have a game in hand over us. If they win that game in hand, we will actually drop back down out of those automatic promotion promotion places, not the down into the playoff, is what I was trying to say, into the playoff places. And it is all very tight up here as well, because there's literally a couple of points, a couple of 3 points in this very top echelons here. 49 points is just outside the playoffs. So lose a couple of games, which we could conceivably do on this episode, and we could drop straight back out through, not from the automatic, just from the automatic, but we could drop through to outside of here. Not forgetting that nobody really had us down. We were a relegation fodder, if you like, at the start of the season, and nobody really expected us to be doing as well as we are. And in some respects, to have us either in the playoff spaces or automatic promotion is probably unheard of. So that's where we go. But today's games, as you see, Walsall only lost 4 games all season. Southend, Morecambe, Bolton and Harrogate, 67 points at the top there, and they're the only team that are anywhere closest to us on goal difference as well. We have scored a lot more goals than them though. 74 goals we've scored, whereas Walsall have only scored 46. Mind you, they have a far better defence than ours, only 20 against, whereas we've actually conceded 47. And then Harrogate Town, they're in 9th place at the moment, so they're not doing too badly, just 6 points behind us. So 6 points are really a game that could turn it around. Right, I think that's all. There has been some activity because we are in the transfer window. Of course, there has been some activity in the transfer window. I think since you were last with us, we've brought in Josh Osterfield from Huddersfield on loan. He is a midfielder. He has played a couple of games. He was to come in as replacement for Willis, really. So Osterfield, central midfielder. On defence, that is. Central midfielder on attack. He's better as a defender than as a defensive midfielder, possibly. Is his best position, but he can play on attack, and he is in. And as I say, he has played a couple of games up to now. There we go. 2 Sky Bet games, 6.63. He's actually played in the Caribou Cup. I presume that was for Huddersfield, and he has got a 7 in that one. And then also coming in, Will Sage. He's come in from Bristol City on loan for the rest of the season. He is a centre back. He's played 1 game for us up to now, getting a rating of 7. So a little bit of extra support there in central defence, and 1 going out to Owen Dodgson. He's gone out on loan, in fact 2. Bryn Morris gone out on loan to York for the season, and also Owen Dodgson, he's gone out to Eastleigh also for the rest of the season. Right, without any more to do, let's go through to our first game of the episode. It is a game against Harrogate. And this is the team that faces us, well, not faces us, but we've chosen to face Harrogate Town in this home match. Just change that to positive because it was unbalanced. I'm not sure why. Smith in goal, Dwyer, Sage, Bennett and Hughes in defence. Osterfield and Willis in central midfield, with Sterling, James and Ogunby on the attacking wing positions, with Riley and Cardwell up front. On the bench, Vodacek, Kilner, Broughton, Coyle, Biggins, O'Rourke and Ashley Seal. There are a number of omissions you will notice from this side. Lundadalo, he's not 100%, so we've given him a bit of rest, as is Chris Merry. He's not 100% either. Harvey Blair was also very, very tired, and so he is having a nice rest, a longish rest. Next game is a week today, so it gives him a couple of weeks off actually since the last match, but kept getting reports coming in that he was extremely tired, so we decided to rest him up. I think the important game is the Walsall game, albeit Harrogate is in. We need to win, so it is important, but maybe a balance of importance. So the first time you'll see Sage Austerfield. Joe Willis has got a game, so Austerfield and Willis, their first time partnership in central midfield here. As I say, Willis getting a little bit of extra game time now, and Austerfield is there as well. So interesting times. Right, let's go through to the dressing room, and Riley, having come back from injury, this is his first time that we've actually seen him for a little while today, and that's the team news. Right, pump fists. Let's keep the run going. Cardwell and Riley are up for this. Amari, Sterling, James, we're going to pump fists and have faith in you. We're going to do the same for Willis, Dwyer, Sage, Bennett and Hughes. Austerfield is motivated. Give them all the thing. Everybody's okay apart from Will Sage, who is just showing normal, really. So we're all good, ready to go. Let's get out there. As we said earlier, drew with Harrogate last time we played them at their place. And we have a free kick. Riley with the free kick just outside the area, and he's put that wide. Riley, possibly with a bit of game time, would have scored that. Lundolo would have probably had a crack at that had he been playing. And Harrogate having the better of the first half by the looks of it. Not so much possession, but they're definitely creating more chances. Dwyer with the throw in to Sterling. Back to Dwyer. Dwyer crosses the ball in deep, but nobody there. He's gone out to Hughes, who may try and get a cross in. No, he's passed it back to Ogunby, who will get the cross in. And Willis, having said that he's gained a little bit of form, has swept that ball home. Well done, Joe Willis. I think that's his first goal for us, possibly. Hughes finding Ogunby. Ogunby taking it towards the byline, pulls it back, and Willis sweeps it home. 1-0 on the half hour. At the moment, consolidating our place in third, which is handy. And we're going to go through to half time with just that 1-0 lead. Bit slow to get off the mark, but once we did, Harrogate having a better XG though, so their chances are a little bit more demanding. I think the only thing that we've probably done at the moment better than them is possession. 3 shots, 2 on target, where they're 6 and 2, so only an okay performance, but played well so far, but there is room for improvement. And we'll pump fists. A lot more to come. Believe in you. Joe Willis, pleased with him, so we're going to tell him pump fists. No, outstretched arms. I'm very happy with your performance. It's not really cheered him up though. Not what I wanted. Dwyer is composed. Reese Bennett is Hughes is nervous, so we'll pump fists and we'll try and get them motivated. So we're all good again for the second half. Just after half time, and there a long clearance out. Sage with the headed ball forward to Cardwell. Cardwell looking for Ogunby, and he finds him plenty of space. Can Ogunby get this cross in? Blocked, and the attack breaks down, and they actually have a counter on potentially. But Bennett has cut that out nicely. Willis back to Sage. Sage hooks the ball forward looking for Cardwell. Cardwell's headed it on, but nothing doing. Hughes has won that ball though. 50-50 ball, and he's won it. Hughes back to Willis. Willis now crosses the ball in, and a headed goal from Osterfield. The two midfielders combining there to put us 2-0 up, and going better than I thought. Hughes to Willis, and as I say, Willis really has, he's I think sitting him on the bench has given him time to think about where he's at. And right, we have a highlight straight from kickoff, which always a bit of a concern, always concerns me, because you never know, they're going to strike immediately back, and I think they are here. Miller's in, but that was blocked. I'm not sure who blocked that. It was Bennett. Well done to Bennett, and he's given us a chance for a counter attack here to make it possibly 3-0. Cardwell, he's had his shot blocked and lost the ball to them. I think this was Bennett here. We'll check now on the replay. Miller about to pull the trigger, and I think that's Bennett. If I can just run it a bit more, can't run it. I want to get out. Who is it? Well, that's Sage. So that's going to be Bennett. Bennett got a foot in to stop the shot in the first place. He's got a foot in again here, and he's managed to get that to Hughes, and I think he's tripped the player in the end, but nothing given for it. So perfect defending by Bennett. A pat on the back for him a little bit later, I think, for sure. Willis is very, very tired. He's dropped down already. He's 7.9, so he's best player out there at the minute. We'll give him a few more minutes. Not wanting to break him. Sterling with the cross in, headed out, and there is a counter. Sage was up for that, so we need to get the back quickly. Sage has run all the way back into his defensive position. Cross coming in and just missed. Header there. Sage with the clearance, and we are onto a counter now because Sterling is out. We have 2 or 3 players here in force. Sterling can get that cross in. He couldn't. How disappointing. But Sage is there to pick it up, mop it up. Dwyer to Osterfield. Osterfield back to Dwyer. Dwyer now comes inside. He's been tackled, but Osterfield tidies up. Willis to Hughes to Ogunby. Looking for a cross in now. Nice cross in. Riley gets a save out of the goalkeeper. Try to sweep that home, and again 100% Riley. That was in the back of the net, but this time the corner to no avail. Unlucky from Riley. He's trying everything he can. Riley here sweeps that ball in, but defender and goalkeeper doing their job. I think it was Rooney that blocked it actually. Right, Willis for Biggins. Let's have a look. Joe Willis. It's either Call or Biggins. My assistant manager's telling me Biggins. Let's go for Biggins then. Team talk. Pump fists. Get out there and make a difference. Confirm substitute. And away we go. Right, Sterling. Oh, we've got a number of players here. Hang on. Sterling James has taken a knock, indicating that he wants to come off. And we've also got Hughes who's worn out. Right, just gone past the 70-minute mark. Let's have a look. Right, Sterling James is recovering from a knock. We don't want him to impact him anymore. I'm tempted. Ogunby can play on both sides. Not ideal on that side, but if we move Ogunby over to the left and we bring O'Rourke on for Sterling James, that's our second one, and then Hughes, who's tired, we'll perhaps bring on Kilner for him. That's all our substitutes done. They've gone to a 4-4-2 to try and counter us. Right, we are in 83 minutes. So the same thing has happened again, and it continues to happen. They have actually scored. I didn't see them score. I don't think we saw the highlight. We're going to a balanced, and we're going to encourage. Just realised that had gone to 2-1. Really annoying when it does that. I'm not quite sure why it does it, but it is extremely annoying. There's a danger they could get an equaliser here if we're not careful. Long ball forward, and there it is. Smith managing to put that one behind, but I think he was offside. Aerobatics from Smith there. 5 minutes of injury time, and Bennett with the headed ball forward to Cardwell, back to Bennett, Bennett to Osterfield, Osterfield to Bennett, back to Osterfield, Osterfield looking for Riley, looking for a way through here. Ogunby, who switched ranks of course, and he's tried to get that one through, but it bobbled. Not a lot of power in it, and the long ball forward. Kilner with a header down, and they've got a long ball forward. Martin's going to get on the end of this, but he's hit the side netting thankfully, and with a minute to go, hopefully we don't do anything daft here. Give the ball away. Ball up to Osterfield, and he's found O'Rourke. O'Rourke got it caught in his feet, couldn't get it out, and he's forced a corner. Good tactics, because while we're having a corner, they're not attacking. The only danger is if it's breakdown from the corner, we need to be very, very careful. It's right on time. There's not much time. Certainly wouldn't be time to get back in the game, and that's game over. Time used up in trying to take that corner, and we'll accept that as a good win. Why we didn't see, I'm not sure whether it's a bug or what going on. Again, didn't see that goal. And there we are, close to the end of the transfer window, of course. Right, I want to see that goal. So let's have a quick look at the goal as it happened. There, goal. 2 goals up, and then Nurse scoring the goal after 63 minutes, as we didn't see it on camera. And ball given away, and that was the shot that we didn't see. Good goal, but ball given away again needlessly. Trying to be clever with it, didn't come off, and there we go. Sterling James not having a particularly good game once he came on. So how does that leave us in the table with 32 games played? Southend have a game in hand, but they are a little bit behind us now. With 3 points that they could get from there, they wouldn't overtake us. So technically at the moment we have opened up a little bit of daylight in the third automatic promotion space, not the playoff space. So there is a little bit of daylight after that round of games. Southend and Grimsby still both with the game in hand, but I presume Grimsby must have lost, because they were, yes they did, to Southend, as it turns out, which was quite handy, because they would have overtaken us up until then. So we now have a 5-point gap over them, so it will remain at 2 points if they are to win. So it all comes down to a top of the table clash, one to assure ourselves at the moment of a automatic promotion space, and also to cut the deficit, if we can beat them, to less than 10 points, and then we can perhaps target Walsall to overtake them as champions of League 2. Is it possible? And so here we are, Just before we go into the team for this game against Walsall, top of the table, games have been played before today's match, using up the games in hand, which leaves Grimsby just tucked behind us, 2 points behind us now, in fourth place. So we have a 2 point gap above them before into the automatic playoff places, and then put the playoff places just below us. So both Grimsby and Tranmere on 54, Chorley and Southend on 53, and Colchester just outside the playoff places on 50. So we will be interested in Grimsby Town playing Scunthorpe, who are down in 19th. So we would assume that Grimsby will win that. Tranmere will play Chorley, 5th versus 6th. So that's a top of the table clash there. And Southend, where is Southend? They are away to Colchester, who are in 8th. So these two play together. Grimsby play Scunthorpe, who are down here. So it could be an interesting afternoon of games. Let's see if we can get a result from Walsall in there. So this is the team that we have selected for this game. Smith in goal. Landolo is back on the left side of defence. Broughton and Bennett in the central defence. It was a toss-up whether to drop Will Sage or not, but we'll see. Sage has had a couple of good games. Let's just have a look. He's 7.35 as against Broughton. It is tempting to leave him in there in place of Broughton, you know, at the minute. I am going to put him in there in place of Broughton and leave Broughton on the bench. So last minute changes going on here. Merry and Biggins in central midfield, with Blair and Ogilby on the attacking wings, and then O'Rourke and Cardwell up front. On the bench we have Vodacek, Broughton, Coyle, Riley, Kilner, Osterfield and Ashley Seal are on the bench for this game. I do like to sort these out because Osterfield, Kilner with Broughton with Coyle, that makes it look a bit tidier. I'd like to know what's going on. So let's get on with the game and see how we go. Through to the dressing room. And right, pump fist. We are underdogs here. Suits us down to the ground. Let's go out and cause an upset. 9th place. Well, we're in 2nd. Let's give fans a performance despite the odds being against us here. Gonna go with that. It wasn't the best of things. Fidel O'Rourke and Cardwell. We're gonna pump fists. Faith in you. Get out there and do it. Ogilby, Murray, Biggins and Lundello. Pump fist. Faith in you. Get out there and do. Will Sage. I've got faith in you. He's not changed him up. Estine Hughes. Pump fist. Faith in you. Right, we're all pumped up apart from Sage. Let's hope that doesn't bite me in the bum that I swapped him out with Broughton. And the first 15 minutes as dull as dishwater. Right, Ogilby may have suffered a stubbed toe, but he should be able to play through. So we're going to ignore it for the minute and see how we go. Not much doing. We're cancelling one another out pretty much. And he's got away from him. Why he didn't tackle him, I don't know. Holden on that far side there. Can he stop him coming in? Oh, and Walsall take the lead. Always dangerous in attack. Just short of half an hour. And who was that? Please don't tell me that was Sage. That was Hughes. Wasn't marking his man. Walked away from him and left him to put the ball away. And we've dropped down to 5th because of that. Right. Let's try and fire the team up. Need to do something. Corner from Lundullo. And it's a headed goal from Biggins. He's 6th of the season. And we don't score many from corners, but that was one to put in your album. Lovely ball. And Biggins rifled that into the back of the net. And it's all square going into half time, pretty much. Hughes heads that forward. Shepherding it back to the goalkeeper. Bennett heads it down to Ogunby. Ogunby to Biggins. Biggins finds O'Rourke to Blair. Cardwell straight at the goalkeeper. And it's not even gone out for a corner, but that is half time. And would have expected Cardwell to have delivered that into the back of the net. Bit of a shame. And I think as it stands, we'll take that. 3 shots on target. Sorry, 3 shots, 2 on target against their 5 and 1. Slightly better XG. And also, they have had a little bit more of the possession. So, pump fist. We're not doing badly. If everyone continues to work, we will win this. Not motivated everybody. Right, first of all, Mary. He's not having a good game, but I need him to avoid getting another booking as much as anything. Cardwell and O'Rourke. Pump fists. A lot more to come from me. I believe you've got what it takes. Everybody else is motivated. Harrison Biggins. Pump fists. Outstretched arms. Delighted with your performance so far. And that's demotivated him. How can that demotivate somebody? Pump fists. A lot more to come from you. Will Sage. Pump fists. A lot more to come from you. And Istine Hughes. Pump fists. A lot more to come from you. Right. Let's get second half underway. We are back up into that 3rd place, having got the equaliser. Just shows you what a dramatic effect it can have if we lose this game. Alright. We are through near enough to 70 minutes. I'm going to drop a bit of encouragement to everybody. Ogunby's not having a good game. O'Rourke's not having a game. I'm tempted to bring O'Rourke back, take Ogunby off, and maybe Mary's not having a good game in thing. Right, so let's make a couple of changes. Tactics wise, we're going to take Mary off and we're going to bring Osterfield on. And I'm tempted to swap them two around. And then I'm going to push O'Rourke back into that position. And then I'm going to bring on Bentley, Ashley, Seal for Oganby. Right, team talk. Pump fist. Faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. They have a throw in. Really want to be winning this ball back if we can. And Smith equal to that. Long range shot to Sage. Sage, long ball forward looking for Cardwell, finds Ashley Seal and O'Rourke's on the overlap. He's shot it over the top. Oh man. Our golden opportunity there to take the lead against Walsall, top of the table, and the goalkeeper I think probably went at him as he come running in. And 80 minutes gone. Get to 85 and not a lot doing. Right, we have a couple of tired people. We're going down to balanced and having a quick look to see if there's another change that can be made. Harvey Blair having the most fantastic at games. O'Rourke not fantastic either. So the choice is this. Do we? Kilner on for Hughes. Below on that side. Let's bring Kilner on for Hughes. It's pretty much a straight change. Oh, can I go backwards? I can't now. I've made that change. Can I? Can. Give team talk. Oliver Kilner. Pump fist. Faith in you. Get out there and make a difference. 86 minutes gone. Bennett heads the ball out. Kilner on for Estienne Hughes. Sage heading the ball to Blair. Not seen much of him today. Blair, Biggins. Back to Sage. Wide to O'Rourke. Lovely ball. And O'Rourke's got around his man. Can he get the cross in? No, but he's passed it back to Osterfield. Osterfield to Kilner. Back to Osterfield. Crosses it in. And there's the goal. Harvey Blair. An assist from Benny Ashley Seals. And into injury time. 3 minutes to go. And we have actually got a lead against Walsall. This could be seismic in the scheme of things if we can win this. Checking now for offside. Now he's onside. He's come back and Blair has squeezed that off. And they have a counter-attack. Which could... Oh, O'Rourke sneaked it. Could we go to a 3-1er here? O'Rourke crosses it in. Nobody on the end of it. I don't think it was a shot. I think it was crossed looking for somebody to get on the end and they didn't. Sage tidying up. Sage, again, I think has had a good game. We need to check his form. But Kilner there has got O'Rourke on the overlap again. We've run them rugged towards the end of this match here. O'Rourke not getting his cross in and that's gone out. And I think that is time. And I think we have mugged them at their place. We've won it again. Bennett, Sage, forward for Ashley Seals. Not coming to anything. Biggins heads it down to Osterfield. Osterfield to O'Rourke. And that is game over. We have mugged them at their own place. And, people had us written off today, but you've proved them all wrong. And absolutely top hole. Harvey Blair. Very happy with the winning goal. Well done. And I think in the end, all in all, I think Lundullo, you've got to outstretch. You impress me out there. So we're all good. Will Sage, I think again. Pleased with how you did today. We're good. What a winning episode this has been. And right, we're not going to debate that at the moment. Chorley come from behind to win, and 7 unbeaten now, including that win against Walsall there. So where does that leave us in the table? Let's have a final episode look at the table. And so we have cut that down to 8 points there in front of us now. Everybody on 33 games, which is quite handy. 2 points clear of Grimsby, who are in 4th, which means they must have won. Tranmere, same as them, and then there's a 4-point gap now to Chorley and Southend. For us, that is 6 points down to Chorley and Southend. So nice gap opening up there. 53 points, so still 6 points down to Colchester. I think that's the one that we're going to keep an eye on, is 8th place for the moment, because if we can open a bit of a gap between there and there, then we're pretty much guaranteed a playoff place. But at the moment we're settled nicely, tucked in there in 3rd, beating everybody's expectations. I like. And can we continue? Let's see. Swindon, Colchester, Grimsby and Carlisle coming up. We will come back. As it is looking at the moment, Accrington, Stanley, Milton Keynes, Bradford. What a combination of those 3 matches there will be Swindon, Colchester, Grimsby and Carlisle. I can't see there's any major games here. Most of these teams now are sort of away from us. There's nobody there. Grimsby Town probably is the most important one, who are in 4th. We're in 3rd. Might come back for that, and then one of these others, we'll do a split episode, because I think assuming Grimsby Town stay tucked in behind us, then that's possibly what we'll come back for. Grimsby Town and as I say, Grimsby Town, Accrington, Milton Keynes, Carlisle. I don't think it really matters too much after that. Grimsby, if we can, that's a 6-pointer. If we can win that game, then we open a gap up over them. We'll see how that all pans out. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button to keep up to date with all future episodes of this and new series. Yes, there's a new series coming out very, very soon. Watch out for the trailer. As they are released, new episodes of To Be a Legend are currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And why not follow me on Twitter, JustOffside2, to keep up to date with all that's going on in this channel and more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode, which is going to be episode 28, and it'll be out on Thursday. Until next time, goodbye.